Flosstube. It's Karen, recovering monogamous stitcher. I'm back with video number 32. Today is Friday, November 24, 2023. And in the United States, this is the day after Thanksgiving, and it is traditionally called Black Friday, when shoppers go crazy and run out and get all the special deals in preparation for Christmas shopping. I never do Black Friday. I think I said that last year too. I never do Black Friday shopping, running around. I don't like crowded stores. I try to shop when stores are pretty empty. I don't go to grand openings, all that stuff. I just like to avoid the crowds. So welcome back if you're a returning viewer. I'm so happy that you're back with me and glad you have been enjoying what you see, obviously, or you wouldn't come back. And if you're new to my channel, you're very welcome. I hope you see something that you enjoy and that you will like and subscribe and be part of my virtual stitching family. I like that so much, to get to know people. Even though I don't see you face to face, I do get to recognize you and with your comments and so forth. It's great. So you'll notice I'm in a slightly different location. I'm still in my mobile home in Florida. We listed it and the realtor came and staged and took pictures and everything. It's not up on the website yet. And if you've sold a home before, you know that there's a way you live in your home and then there's a way that you show it. So, you know, you don't have all your little doodads sitting out and around and where you can, you know, handily grab them, you put them away and in drawers and in cupboards or whatever. And I've dismantled my sewing setup in the sunroom. And so where I usually sit to do my floss tubes, which is right here to my left on the half wall between the sunroom and this dining area, I have piled all of my sewing stuff that's not staying here. And when they do an open house, we'll take those boxes out, stash them in the van, and it'll look fine. But right now things are just kind of stacked there, and I thought instead of moving all that stuff so I could be in the same spot, and I don't have a background to hang anyway, I would just switch it, turn it around, and sit here in the dining space. So this is where we are, and many of you commented and gave good wishes about selling the home and the decision we came to that, you know, being gone 6 months from the permanent home is kind of not what we want to do going forward. We had fun. We had 4 seasons here. We're starting our 5th season. Excuse me. Here goes the floss tube throat now. But we're ready to be closer to home most of the time and do some short trips. So we're happy with that. So in dismantling my sewing room, I have a sewing machine to sell. It's a Brother CP100X, bought at Joann's. If you are in the Lakeland, Florida area and are interested in seeing it and getting a bargain price on it, you can direct message me on Instagram. I have a very sturdy sewing table. It is almost exactly like the one I have at home, except mine at home has wheels, and I could take it, although it's very heavy and it's very sturdy. This one doesn't have wheels, and it has the bed that can drop down, so you can have the flat surface for your machine if you wish, or you can have it up and have the you know, the sewing arm available. So that table is for sale. I have another crafting table. It's on wheels. It has plastic drawers. It has a little side flip up table that you can have some extra space on the top if you want. So again, if you're in the Lakeland, Florida area, wanting to come and see what the things are, I'd be happy to sell them to a sewist, because when it comes time to go, those things, if I'm not anticipating I'll have room in the van for those things, I would have no choice but to put them out on the curb and have someone come and pick them up. And if they don't pick them up when garbage comes, they go out in the garbage. That's just insane. So anyway, please let me know if you're interested. That's enough for the sales pitch there. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get on to the stitching. This is a channel about cross stitch and quilting and other sewing crafts, so I will move on. I don't have any FFOs, but I do have an FO. And it is from Blackbird Designs book, Winds of Autumn. And you've seen this, I've showed this before. And it is First Winds of Autumn is what it's called. Now, is the light going to shine through? Oh yes, the light's going to shine through because I didn't bring any boards. Now, Carol Saltbach Stitcher showed her little start on this And she bought it as a kit when it first came out. And I, of course, didn't. I got it out of the book that was published recently, I think a year ago, 2 years ago. And I used all DMC floss. I'm very happy with it, happy with the colors, happy with the contrast and so forth. Now Carol will be stitching hers with the overdyes. I'm sure that's what came in the kit, so hers will have a different look than mine. But that's First Winds of Autumn, very happy with it. It's going to be finished into this big strawberry. It's a big strawberry bird. So I'll have to read those instructions and get that figured out. Okay, that's my FFO. My WIPs, and you can guess these too because I've got such big things going on, you see them over and over and over. Now, I had 2 commenters help me with the pronunciation of the last name, and they each had a slightly different way to say it. So I'm going to try. Maria Vincenza Larrichia or Maria Vincenza Larrichia. I don't know. I appreciate it. Whichever way is right. Don't tear me down for it. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my focus piece. As you know, my focus piece is always 7. I stitch on 7 days in the month, and it remains my focus until it is finished. I have made some good progress on this. I'm really happy. So here, let me show. And of course, the light's shining through. You've seen most of this, although I got into this center section and filled in lots more in that center section. It's about a third. And I completed the row, the border at the top and the bottom, and have turned the corner. So I've established the size. She got her 7 days this month, so I'm done with her this month. And in December, she'll get another 7 days. And she'll have a birthday on January 17th, and I would love it if I could get it done before that. I'm not sure. That's an awful lot to go. And on 56 count, it takes a long time to cover that real estate. I'm stitching this on 56 count linen with a I don't have my book with me. That was silly. Swaddle-shade? I think it's a swaddle-shade. It's not the 103, I know that. Okay, the next WIP I worked on, again, you've seen this many times, Forget Me Not, Modern Folk Embroidery, and I'm going to finish this on the box as Katie Strachan did with her Simple Harmony box, and I'm really pleased with my progress. This one I clipped to the back of the bag. I'm almost done. I have this big motif here, there's a medium-sized motif there, and I think there's a small one there. And then I'll be ready to put the initials and numbers on this that I'm planning to do. So this is the top, this is the lid of the box, so it's the biggest piece. So when I get this done, I'm well on my way. That makes me happy. And I've fully recovered from my disastrous cutting mistake, and this is going to be good. I'm loving it. Okay, okay, that's Forget Me Not. The next one, Red Deer Sampler, GGR. I understand that she has turned 90 this month or this summer, and the Attic is having a special. The Attic loves GGR, and I believe that the GGR patterns are on sale. So if you have an interest in this or any other GGR pattern, you will want to scoot to the Attic and take advantage of the sale. Okay, let me show you what I've gotten done. I'm happy with it. Of course, I didn't bring a board. And this is stored in one of my Tiger Lily designs. I made this, I bought the pattern and made this pattern keeper, and I use DMCs. They store on that side, and I have some overdyes. I'm doing a combination now. Let me clip this. I'm sorry, it's going to take a while. See, I would have saved myself some trouble had I just brought the boards with me, but I didn't. Saving space, because anything I brought down would just have to turn around and go back home along with everything else. Okay, so here we are. I finished the bones of the border going around. Very happy to have that done. So now even if I have a short time to stitch, I can fill in a flower, which takes me a considerable amount of time. I'm not very fast. And then I did, there's a bird, wait, yeah, there's a bird. Where's the bird? I can't see it looking this. Oh, there's a bird, and this is the top of another, I think it's a pot of flowers. It's not just a flower. So I've got the top of this. And in addition to the bones, then I did a couple more flowers over here. So that's what I've done, and this is a terrible way to show it. I apologize. Oh, I love that. This was my birthday start this year. And so I hope I get it done before my birthday in February. That's always my goal, to not let my WIPs have a birthday. I can have a birthday, but my WIPs can't have a birthday. Okay. That's that WIP. Okay, so, and I also worked on, when I finished First Winds of Autumn, in that same bag I have another project from the same book. This is October 31st. What can I put behind that? Let's do this. Okay, October 31st. So I've got to start on that. I'm going to get back to that today, and boy, I'd love it if I could just knock that out today and then do something else. So those are my WIPs. I was going to tell you something. I know. My book of days. I've got my book of days filled out. Yesterday, Thanksgiving would have been my mother's 111th birthday. I've noted that in there. And it doesn't matter how long it's been, you always miss your mother. So November's almost done. And so I'm going to get that October 31st done. And then I think in the rest of these days of the month that are available, because I've checked off, as you can see over here, I've checked things off. They're all done. My goals for that month are done. So the rest of the days, I'm going to try to power through the Prairie Schoolers that I have left. 4 maybe 5. Get those done for daughter and be done with those, because they came into the year on my list of WIPs, even though I hadn't necessarily taken stitches in any of them. I brought them forward as WIPs, and that's the last thing of WIPs that came into the year in January. And I hope to have everything done when I get into 2024. So that's what I'm going to do the rest of this month. And then, oh, let's not get to plans yet. Okay, haul. I got some haul. Hallelujah. Okay. The first thing was ordered from Kitten Stitcher, and she always includes something nice. She included this nice little thread keep with my order this time. And I ordered Thomas from Not Forgotten Farm. I've been watching Katie Strachan, and she has revealed her final colors that she's going to do on a, I think she's doing it as a kit or a stitch along. And I was looking forward to that, but there's so, pastel isn't the word, but they're so light colored, and I love the pops of color on this one. So I'm going to stitch Thomas anyway, but I think I'm going to stick with the colors that are here, because that's what I really fell in love with on that pattern. So that's Thomas, Not Forgotten Farm. And then the other Not Forgotten Farm is the Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom. You've seen this all over on Flosstube recently. It's such a great fall piece. It's not Halloween, but it's a pumpkin head guy, and it's so cute. And it's not huge. So that's another fall piece that I got. Looking forward to that one. So I've got a couple fall things. And I also got Peppermint and Holly, Blackbird Designs. This is full of just great, great projects. Where's the one? The pink house. I love that pink house. I think that's the first one I'll do out of this book. Okay, and that order came from Kitten Stitcher. I have another order from Kitten Stitcher that is, I don't think it's been sent yet. I don't think I have the tracking, so I don't think it's sent. Okay, this is, I bought this from 1884 Stitchery online. She had a Black Friday sale that started on Thanksgiving Day, and it was 20% off. I think it was 20% off. But this pattern, I saw Emily C. show, and I just fell in love with it. It's a Dutch sampler. Look at that lady. I love that. And then there are birds, what's not to love, and there are buildings and oversized flower pots and all that. I love it. That's very traditional. So this was 1884 stitchery. I'm going to be watching what colors Emily C. Decides to use. And I'm going to hold off on kitting this for a while. For one thing, I have plenty of things to keep me busy, but I do love this and I want to do this. So that's Katharina Adriana Lenussen, 1777. I'm sure it's a Dutch sampler. That's a Dutch name if ever I heard one. Okay, Thomas. Okay, then I had a wonderful, okay, I'm sorry, my throat's getting scratchy here. As you know, when I travel back and forth between my home in Kentucky and here in Florida, there's a time when it's just dangerous for me to order anything, because if it doesn't arrive, then what happens? Does it get forwarded? Doesn't it get forwarded? Does it get lost? Whatever. And at the time that Nicola Parkman had opened up orders for the Words of Wisdom box, I didn't dare order it. I just wasn't sure of the exact date they would be shipped, and I didn't want it to be lost. So I didn't order it. And then in a subsequent video that she did, she said she had a few that she had just in case someone's was lost or someone was missing an item, and so she had a few on reserve. And that if you were interested, send her an email. And I did. I thought, well, just take a chance. I mean, how many people are going to answer? And I'm not likely to be, the first. But just surprisingly, I got an email from her saying, I have one available. Are you interested? I said, yes, I am interested. So I got it. Words of Wisdom in the beautiful red box. Now, I'm disappointed that my box got banged up in shipping. The corners are nicked up and the top is dented. Because it's a beautiful box, and I'll still use it for display, but I'm kind of bummed that it isn't perfect. But all the contents inside were perfect. I'm not going to take time to show all the contents inside. Nicola did a wonderful unboxing of it, and you can check out what's inside by watching that video. I'll let that stand as showing what's in the box. And I haven't seen any other floss tubers actually show what they have in their boxes. They must have gotten them by now, because I'm certainly way at the end of that trail. But as I was undoing the boxes and everything was in an envelope, a beautiful red envelope, and it was sealed with a nice little sticker, Words of Wisdom. And the quality of this was just so nice. I thought, I am not going to just throw these envelopes away. I'm going to save them and figure out something I can do with them. So I cut out all of the stickers, and one of them, to commemorate when I got my box, this was on the tissue paper inside the box, and I put that one in. I'm distracted by some people walking outside the house there. And then I'm going to my plan is, in the month when I'm stitching on something from the Words of Wisdom box, I'll have a sticker to put in my book of days. So at this point, I've saved all the envelopes, and where I had cut out the sticker and hadn't thought about saving them at that point, I've just made a curve, and I may do something different with that. One thing I thought I might do is put it in the back of my book of days, but it's too wide. But it could go in like this direction, and I could tuck things in there. Or I'll find something else to do with it. But I'm not throwing them away because they're so nice. Good paper quality is hard to find nowadays. So what is it? Waste not, want not. That's one of the designs in Words of Wisdom. So I was really thrilled to get that. I didn't think I had a chance of getting it, and I got it, and I'm just thrilled. And everything in there is so wonderful. I can't wait. So, okay, now plans. Next weekend is, a week from today is the 1st of December, and Jingle Ball begins on the 1st of December. I'm very excited about that. It's December 1, 2, and 3, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I shouldn't say I'm sure. I think at least the general admission tickets must be available. And if that's all you have, that ticket to get you in, you can do the stitching tables, meet other stitchers. You can do the shop. Various. I think each designer has a shop. I wasn't in it last year, so I don't know how that actually works. And there are meet the designer sessions. Each of the 12 designers has a time when you can like meet them at the table and talk and exchange ideas. And there are also 2 free classes that you do not need, other than your admission ticket to get into the ball. You do not need to pay extra to take the free classes. So I'm planning to do both of the free classes, and I have 3 classes that I paid for. I got the PDF and the requirements. I did my pre-stitching on Luminous Fiber Arts. She's going to be showing how to make smooth curves when finishing ornaments. I'm looking forward to that. Janine McGowan, the Blue Flower, is doing a class on putting together biscornu. I've done the pre-stitching on that. And then Beth Twist is doing a class on making decorative pins. I love making pins. I've got all kinds of beads and pins and glue and all that stuff. I can't wait to see what she has to show. So I'm looking forward to it. 3 classes and lots of fun, lots of stitchy time and fun. So if you're at the Jingle Ball, I hope I run into you at a stitching table or something. I looked at the list of the tables. I have no idea which one I would go to. One of them is called Monogamous Stitcher. Well, I'm no longer, so I don't belong at that one. So you won't find me at that one, but I don't know what one I'll land at. So I will be doing Jingle Ball next weekend. I'm going to finish this month. Sorry, first let's do this in order. I'll finish this month doing Prairie School of Santas. I'll do Jingle Ball. Then I'll have to start on my focus piece or Forget Me Not. To get my days on those. I do 7 days on the focus piece and 5 days on Forget Me Not. I hope I can make some good significant progress. And then I'm going to be thinking about setting up for next year. What are my plans for next year? Because I have piles. I have wonderful samplers. Many of them are kitted and ready to go. I've now gotten this book of the Compendium Words of Wisdom with all of those patterns in. I need to decide what I can do reasonably, Karen, reasonably. At home also I have a bowl that I put my little bird pillows that I've sewn, and I have more patterns, and I was thinking before I got this wonderful thing that I would try to do a bird pillow a month, because the year that I did Bird Crush Club with Lindy Stitches, I was able to every month complete one, and I kept up with the club the whole year. And it seems to me the patterns I have are not much bigger than that, or if at all bigger, and I could complete and get more bird pillows in my bird bowl. Well, now the Words of Wisdom box also has 12 smalls. That would be nice to do one of those every month. So, but I tend to think I can do more than I can do and do it faster, and I just want to make my plans reasonable. And some of you may say, well, why do you make plans if you're just going to change them? Well, I know how I function best. You know, as being a student for a long time and a teacher for a long time and professor, I know if I have my priorities and I have my list, do this, do this, do this, check, 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 I'm most efficient in my time, because I can think and think and think, what shall I do next, what shall I do next, and waste a lot of time. So that's why I do it. It makes me happy. If you're not a planner, don't even try to plan. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. So I'll be looking at that, trying to do some planning, getting ready for next year. But first we want to get this sold and get back to Kentucky, get my stuff back where it belongs, and get started with some good quilting, and of course continue with stitching. So I think that's all I have for you today. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving and got to do what you wanted to do, be with people you wanted to be with, whatever. And I'll see you in a couple weeks, and have happy stitching. Bye-bye, Flosstube.